everyone, my name is Aaron Goldenberg, aka Aaron Goldie Boy, and I am a proud member of Big Fab Productions. How long have I been out is a complicated question because a lot of it was like coming out to myself or acknowledging that I liked men in a sense, but feeling like that didn't make me gay. It was a journey. But I'm gonna say it's been about 3 years since I've been out to myself and to others. So when I was 15, my parents showed me 3 pages of history of internet porn that I forgot to delete. So I then told them kind of everything that happened up into my life at that point, and then I was planning to come out. But I thought coming out back then meant going to hell, accepting that I'm just like this crazy sinner who loves sex and boys more than I love Jesus, and instead of just it being this thing about myself. So yeah, I guess the first person I told was my dad, but back then it was covered in so much shame. And then the end of the conversation was him asking me like, do you want help? There's help out there for this. And then that led me into going into a year of conversion therapy. So let's skip ahead. I guess the next real person I came out to was my therapist. There were a lot of people at that time that I had like mini conversations with. I first suspected that I was gay or just that there was something different about me at a very young age. I didn't really know what all these things meant, but I knew that it meant something bad, and also there was that like feeling that they were talking about something that I actually identified with and liked. So there was a lot of back then trying to blend in, and part of that for me managing my own behavior was talking slower, talking lower, trying to articulate less. And if anybody ever caught me kind of in my natural state and asked me some kind of obvious question like, oh, are you gay? Or don't you think he's cute or whatever? I'd be like, what? No, what do you mean? I never did a big Facebook announcement or video or like gather all my friends and family or like have individual conversations with all these people. Honestly, because I was just too scared. But there was this self-inflicted pressure that I thought that's what I had to do or that was the right thing because I had lied to all these people for so long. And so not only did I still kind of feel bad about being gay, but now I felt bad that I'd lied to so many people. And it's like, I think I just had to let it go and give myself a lot of grace to experience whatever my journey was. My process of slowly coming out to everyone was to just act as if I was already out. So something that I believed when I was closeted was what people had told me in church, which was gay people are not really gay. They just, are following Satan and they're deceived. Gay people are also so depressed, like being gay makes you depressed. That's why there's so many suicides, blah, blah, blah. Basically, I wish I could tell my younger self, everything that you think is going to happen when you come out is wrong. Like, you're not, in fact, going to be more depressed and more anxious and suicidal. You are going to thrive. You're going to feel so free and light. If you're currently in the process of coming out, you probably have a lot of conflicting emotions like guilt or obligation or just anxiety and the weight of feeling like you have to do it a certain way or you have to tell somebody or like write this elaborate paragraph and post it with the perfect post on the perfect day and not hurt this person's feelings or whatever. It's all people managing, and we can't manage anybody's emotions. One of the first organizations that I volunteered with is the Human Rights Campaign. I have so many of their shirts. I love their merchandise. They also basically go to bat for the LGBTQ plus community in litigations and courtrooms around the country, like that is what you're funding. All of the legal fights that are happening in all 50 states that we have no idea about because they're not like mainstream news, really. So I've supported them a lot. I think what they do is so important. I think pride for me is the opposite of shame. Where on one hand, I have felt so much shame about being gay my whole life, now there is pride about it. Like the fact that I can be proud of this part of myself that I, for the longest time, thought was bad or like the worst thing about me is such a beautiful thing. The fact that our love is valid and beautiful and not something to be shamed. And the fact that there are still people out there who feel like it's damaging to even acknowledge the existence of or the validity of gay people means we have a long way to go.